And I'm specifically calling out the mayor of Nashville. Mayor Freddie O'Connell has gone after our ICE individuals and agents that work with HSI. He's openly doxed them, revealed their information to the public.
This is the mayor of Nashville, Tennessee, and he is being investigated for leaking the private information of Homeland Security officers and many other things.
We're seeing obstruction against federal immigration law by Belmont University.
Now, every time I talk about the mayor of Nashville, Tennessee, his situation seems to get worse and worse when it comes to this investigation and Homeland Security just calling him out. So, in this video, I'm going to update you guys on some new statements from Homeland Security and how the investigation is going for the mayor of Nashville, Tennessee. It's not looking good. Now, before we start the video, make sure to please like the video. It's the #1 way you guys can help this channel, but it also helps others see the videos as well, and people need to see what's happening in Nashville right now.
And I'm specifically calling out the mayor of Nashville. Mayor Freddie O'Connell has gone after our ICE individuals and agents that work with HSI. He's openly doxed them, revealed their information to the public, encouraged people to work against them in their efforts to clean up the streets of Nashville.
Okay, so recently, Kristi Noem had a press conference at BNA, that is Nashville's airport, and she talked about many different topics, but then all of a sudden, she just threw the mayor of Nashville right under the bus, and she let everyone know what he's been doing in the city of Nashville.
And he has forced his city officials, his employees of the city of Nashville, to document every single interaction that they have with federal immigration authorities.
Now, for those of you that are new here, you're probably thinking, wow, those are some major allegations, but here's the thing, they're not even allegations. All of that actually happened. It's just that the mayor sees it a different way.
It all started with questions about the mayor's office releasing the names of federal immigration officers.
Do you believe that posting the names of federal immigration officers endangers them?
Well, this was really an issue where they were already part of a public record. I don't think it puts them at additional risk.
So if it doesn't put them at additional risk, why did your office decide to remove the names?
It wasn't an intentional process.
Now here's the thing, those statements from the mayor happened about a month ago when it came to leaking the private information of those Homeland Security officers. Fast forward a month, now we're here and Kristi Noem showed up to Nashville to let everyone know how she really feels about this entire situation.
To document every single interaction that they have with federal immigration authorities. We're seeing obstruction against federal immigration law by Belmont University. As you know, they have openly said that they will house illegal immigrants on their campus and do that in defiance of the federal government.
Now here's where things get interesting. If you're unaware, Belmont University also happens to be located in Nashville as well.
This morning, more Tennessee Republicans are joining Congressman Andy Ogles, calling for that investigation into Belmont University.
So a conservative website claims Belmont did not really get rid of its diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI office, and is also, quote, hiding illegal aliens on campus.
Congressman Ogles says he wrote a letter to the education secretary asking for an investigation into Belmont after leaked videos reportedly showed a university official talking about renaming their DEI offices rather than dismantling them.
Now, the reason why this is significant is because another big accusation against the mayor of Nashville, Tennessee, is creating an environment throughout the city of obstruction for not allowing for ICE to do their job. And now the accusation is against Belmont University. You're possibly hiding illegal immigrants in your institute. And again, Belmont University is located in Nashville, Tennessee.
Senator Marsha Blackburn is also speaking out, saying, quote, Tennessee is not a sanctuary state and shielding illegal aliens is a crime. I will be demanding answers from Belmont University on how this has been allowed to take place and how exactly they will shut it down. And State Rep Jody Barrett, a Republican who is also running for the 7th Congressional District, is joining in on the criticism.
We need transparency from Belmont University administration.
If you haven't already, make sure to please subscribe to my channel so I can update you guys on the Belmont situation and the mayor of Nashville, Tennessee situation, because again, it's not looking too good for this mayor. Now, here's the thing. Even if Belmont University is caught and they have illegal immigrants in their institute, it doesn't mean that the mayor of Nashville, Tennessee is directly tied to that. However, you can make an argument that the whole reason why there's even an investigation on the mayor of Nashville, Tennessee is the suspicion of helping out illegal immigrants, either with taxpayer money, creating policies in which it's not possible for Homeland Security to actually do their job, things like that. And that is why this entire investigation even started.
Now, all of these criminals are evil. They're horrible human beings. They're the worst of the worst.
But Nome reserved her harshest criticism for Nashville Mayor Freddie O'Connell.
This guy's priorities are completely screwed up, and he doesn't deserve to be mayor.
She blasted the mayor for releasing some of the names of ICE agents following raids in South Nashville back in May.
Their families are targeted, they're doxxed, their personal information is put out there, and people are treating them horrifically. And he needs to stop and knock it off and grow up and act like a leader.
Okay, you have to know the context and why the timing of all of this is also very crucial for this investigation. Remember, this investigation, the whole purpose is to prove that the mayor is creating a dangerous environment for Homeland Security to conduct their deportation raids. And now, things are different. Back in May, the percentage was not as high for how dangerous the job is for Homeland Security to do their job. It was high, but it wasn't at 800% that we're seeing today, which is why now this investigation is way more crucial and why Kristi Noem is upping the ante and putting political pressure on the mayor of Nashville, Tennessee.
Mayor O'Connell has admitted releasing the names was a mistake, and the report was taken down when they realized the issue. When asked to respond,
We are strongly focused on a safety-driven agenda and one that is not focused on separation.
Mayor O'Connell said this.
We've not had any conversations with the Secretary or DHS about any of this. We're continuing to do business the Nashville way.
But it appears immigration enforcement will continue to be done Kristi Noem's way. And to do that,
We will have dozens of more officers and agents that will be here in the Nashville area.
This is usually the counter that Homeland Security will do. If you're not a fan of Homeland Security and deportation raids, that's fine. More agents will just flood your streets until you work with us. And that's the other confusing thing here. Technically speaking, it's illegal to have anti-sanctuary policies and laws in Tennessee, which is why there's another major red flag in this entire investigation and why the mayor could possibly be in some bigger trouble as far as legally speaking and breaking this law.
By billions of dollars in new funding from the Congressional Spending Plan.
They'll also see more training and equipment.
Noem says they'll only target the worst criminals for deportation, but also made no apologies for rounding up other undocumented immigrants in the process.
I will be very clear in saying that there will be no amnesty under the Trump administration, that individuals who are here illegally, we're hopeful that they will come and do it the right way.
Say it once, say it twice, we will not put up with ICE.
But as the secretary left the news conference, she was greeted by those who feel she's doing it the wrong way.
Now, interesting enough, it wasn't only protesters who were upset about this. Another elected official actually tried to show up to the press conference and he got kicked out.
This is the first time I'm being told as a House representative that I'm not allowed to attend an event from the administration. We were here with Secretary Buttigieg. We were here for every event they've had at the airport. This is the first time that we're told we're not welcome here. In fact, you saw they let us in, but somebody from Secretary Noem's staff came over and said we don't want him here specifically. I'm here simply to support veterans and also because I want to get answers from my constituents who've been harassed and who've been brutalized by ICE here in Nashville. I just want to know from the Secretary, where are the people of my district? I represent the 52nd House District, which this airport sits in. It's the most diverse district in the state of Tennessee. Many of my constituents were impacted by the ICE raids. I simply wanted to just hear the Secretary's support of veterans and also get questions as to what happened to my constituents who were taken by...
Okay, so I thought I'd add this to the story. This is Representative Justin Jones, state representative of Tennessee, and he was turned around at the Nashville airport. In fact, he was told, hey, if you don't leave, we're going to charge you with trespassing. Now, the reason why I thought this was interesting is because this is the political climate right now of the United States, especially with Homeland Security. Not that they don't want any opposition, but if you show up unannounced or you show up to try and make it about you, Homeland Security is just going to turn you away. We're especially seeing this not only with press conferences, but also with places like Alligator Alcatraz or facilities belonging to Homeland Security. If you show up unannounced, you're probably going to get turned around.
also called for an audit into the Belonging Fund. So this was set up just days after ICE operations began. The fund was spearheaded by the Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee. Councilmember David Benton was a speaker at Representative Andy Ogle's press conference a little earlier this week. Benton says the fund could be violating the law and protecting illegal immigrants here in Nashville.
Again, everything surrounding Nashville, Tennessee, especially the mayor, has to do with this culture of protecting illegal immigrants. Now, if you're new here, there's something known as the Belonging Fund. This has to be the biggest red flag surrounding the investigation of the mayor of Nashville, Tennessee. Now, if you're new here, basically, this is a fund which donates money to help out immigrants in the area. Now, the accusation is this fund is being funded by taxpayer money, and the investigation still has no answers as to whether or not this fund is using taxpayer money. We're like a few months in now.
The Belonging Fund is critical because, one, I can assure you that it's helping individuals maybe hopefully delay an eviction. They can pay their rent on time. They can pay for food. I mean, these are basic needs.
According to the foundation's website, the fund does not collect information from beneficiaries, so that could limit the ability for any audit to prove it's breaking the law.
So again, the fund has no way to even track who the money is going to, so you can't get a proper audit on the fund. And as I'm making this video, there's currently an audit between the communications between the mayor's office and the people behind the fund. Now, I also want to point out, I do find it interesting that Kristi Noem didn't bring this up, that the mayor of Nashville, Tennessee is saying this is not taxpayer funded. However, this is on a government website. So again, I'm just trying to point out for the new people here, all of the red flags surrounding this investigation really has to do with the Belonging Fund. Because the mayor has already admitted, yeah, I did leak the private information, but he's saying it was an accident. Now all eyes are on what's going on behind the scenes here.
Well, so, ICE has been obviously doing their mandate from the president and the secretary, deportations. Nashville, being geographically centrally located, is a hotbed of migrant activity. You have cartels all over the country, but including in Nashville. And so ICE was there to conduct raids and deportations. That being said, the mayor was interfering. He leveraged his office, requiring the police, the fire department, public works to snitch on ICE when they were in the community. They were then putting that information on the web. The mayor's office actually doxed federal agents.
Okay, you are probably seeing a very common theme here. Everyone seems to be focusing on the leaking of the private information of Homeland Security officers. This is because it actually happened, so Homeland Security oversight, they have something to work with. But again, speaking from a political sense of things, Tom Homan really hits the nail on the head of why this is an even larger problem.
Oversight is opening up a congressional investigation. I cannot confirm or deny if ICE is investigating him, but we'll see where it plays out. And it isn't just what he says, is what he does. So, I plan on going to Nashville in the near future, and I said that from day one, that, we're going to hit every sanctuary city. Everybody that wants to push back against ICE, we're going to pay a lot of attention to them, because why? It's not a threat. But if you're going to support criminal aliens walking the street, then we know there's a problem there. We don't have that problem like Florida. We got Governor DeSantis 287G across the state. So we can spend less resources in Florida knowing we have a system to get criminal aliens in every jail in that state. But when we got places like Nashville who's pushing against us getting the bad guy, that's where we got to concentrate our resources to make those streets safer. He ought to be thanking ICE for arresting the criminal aliens they arrested. They arrested, as you said earlier, a sex offender, several people that are convicted of violent crimes, gang members, and illegal aliens that were deported many times before, which means now they're a felon. We made his streets safer. A thank you would be nice, not attacking the men and women of ICE.
So we are still waiting for Tom Homan to show up to Nashville. In fact, Kristi Noem came to Nashville before Tom Homan. So hopefully that happens soon. So that is pretty much the most relevant update I have for you guys. As far as the Belmont investigation, I am really curious to see what's going to happen with that. Because if it is found there are illegal immigrants being harbored in this university, I think Homeland Security will definitely definitely tried to use that as a case that Nashville as a whole has become a very big problem. And to the leader of Nashville, it looks like the fingers are going to be pointed to the mayor of Nashville. Anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Make sure to please subscribe to my channel for more updates on this story. Make sure to please like the video so others will see the video, and I really appreciate all of you. God bless, and we'll see you all later.